Okay, so I'm off to Cardiff now, just beginning my journey. I have Hyrox tomorrow, singles. Um, I am excited, but I'm also a bit nervous. I don't know why,
Prepare to turn right.
I'm obviously following the, sat nav at the minute. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous because I want to do well, obviously not do well, as in, I'm not going to get any kind of time that is going to be, I'm obviously not going to be anywhere near the top people that are winning it, but I want to do well compared to my previous times. And I have been following this training plan that's been very intense. So I know I can get a PB and I should be able to comfortably get a PB. I feel fitter now than I've felt ever, probably. I believe my running is the fastest it's ever
Please
been.
turn right in 200 yards onto A6053.
So I know I can get a PB. It's just whether it happens, not happens, but whether I manage to do it
right
on the day. I'm not always the best at performing on the day. I know most people, you get and I do get that adrenaline rush and, probably do, always set off maybe a little bit, not too fast, but, set off quite fast but then can't always maintain it. Do you know what it is? I'm really scared of that feeling of when you're really pushing yourself and it hurts so much. I've got 3.5 hour journey now, so I could literally waffle on this whole time, but I'm not going to because I'm going to bore my 3 viewers. So I'll try and keep this reasonably short. But yeah, I know I'm capable of PB. I just need to pull it off on the day tomorrow. I have got a bit of I've got a sore calf, which I've had for weeks. I remember it happening. Well, it didn't happen, nothing happened, but I was fine. I remember the day before, I hadn't even been to the gym, it was a complete rest day. And then I woke up the next morning and my calf was just really sore. And I was like, what the hell? I haven't done anything to do this. Why is it so sore? It's once I get going, it's okay, but it does hurt when I first set off. I don't really think either of them will have an impact on my performance. It might just be a bit uncomfortable at the time, but just keep this in mind. If my time is rubbish tomorrow, then obviously I'm going to blame the calf and the elbow. That's all it could possibly be. I also want to get to Cardiff tonight in time for the men's pro race. There's a few people I know race. When I say I know, I don't know. I know them. They don't know me. Some people I follow on Instagram who are in that race. So I think it would be really interesting to watch and hopefully give me a bit of motivation for tomorrow. Anyway, I need to focus.
Please leave the roundabout at the third exit towards M62 leaves.
I feel like it's taking me a weird way here, but anyway, I better concentrate now anyway on my journey on the map. So I'm going to stop this waffling and we'll see you in Cardiff. I'm in Cardiff, so we're just back from watching the race that I worked to watch, it was good to watch. It was good motivation, but at the same time I don't know if it's worth watching it before you race because everyone just looks like they're in so much pain. So it has me nervous for tomorrow. Also, it's good, it's in a stadium. I'm just rubbing my leg because I don't know what I've done to my leg. I've done nothing to my leg. It just literally started hurting when I was driving. Anyway, yeah, the stadium, it's, I don't know whether I like the setup. It's not great as a spectator because half of it is cornered off, you can't get to. So you can only really watch the last half of the race. But the running track is really small, so it's 4 laps, so it must be 250 meters. It's funny watching people because you see them come past, and then before you know it, they're coming past again. But it never really dawned on me the issue when it's 4 laps or when it's so many laps in wherever it is. I was just thinking people didn't like it because you obviously have to turn so many times, and I thought, I don't mind turning, that's fine. But there's so many people then on the track because everyone's in the same space for for 4 laps. So whereas if it was 1 lap, you should be much more spread out, wouldn't you? Of course you would. I don't know why I've never realised that before. So it's so congested. So I was watching people run. I thought, how are they going to get through this crowd? Obviously the guys doing the pros, they were they didn't seem to have an issue. They were like straight through. Obviously done it a couple of times, but it's going to be busy tomorrow, so there's going to be a lot of weaving around people, which of course, yeah, I get that now. That's why it makes it so much slower. Anyway, it is 8:30 now, so nice and early. I'm just gonna chill now, have an early night, and hopefully have a good race tomorrow. Okay, we're about to check out and head over to the stadium. It's 11:15. I race at 1:20, so I've got 2 hours. It's a little bit of a walk, so that's how I'm gonna sit up myself now. I'm taped down my elbow, taped up both ankles. I'm currently in that moment of thinking, why have I paid to put myself through this again? But just try and calm myself down. I don't know why I'm getting so nervous. Like, it means nothing. It's nothing. All I want is PB. I don't care how I stack up against, what my ranking is, anything like that. I don't really care what my time is, other than just want to get PB. And I should be able to. I'm more than capable of doing that right now. I'm the fittest and the fastest I've ever been. So, I can do this. I can do this. So I'm not sure how I feel about that race, to be honest. It wasn't a PB, which obviously was what I really wanted, and I am gutted about that. I got 1:24:47, which is quicker than when I did it in Sydney for the first time, but it's about 1:15, I'd say, 1:20, slower than when I did it in Perth, which is my fastest time still. But the difference is Perth and Sydney were both 75 wall balls, whereas obviously it's now 100 wall balls. So, I'm going to come into a bit of traffic. For the time of those extra 25 wall balls, I guess it could have been a PB if it was like for like. I guess it's a PB of the new format of the 100 wall balls, because last time I did all of them, but that was a bad day, and it was like 1:28 or something. So, I guess, yeah, PB. But I wanted a PB. I wanted to be my fastest time. I really felt like I was capable of doing that. And, oh god, I'm just going to a big traffic jam, so it's not good. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I mean, you know what? I'm not that disappointed. I don't know why I'm not that disappointed. But I would have really liked a bit to have been, a proper PB. But I guess it's half a PB, so we'll take it. And I think the thing that was annoying was that when I was doing it, I actually felt like I was going to get a PB, so I was shocked when anything that time came up. Oh my gosh, sorry, I don't know what's going on here. But looking at my breakdowns, like, my runs were okay. They were around 5 minutes. I think one was under, the others were like, one was dead on. I think the slowest one was like 5:10. The first and last runs were longer, so they were of 5 minutes, but I'm not going to run total yet. And then obviously adding the rock zone in to see actually how my run fully compares to previous races. But I actually felt like they were doing all right. It's my burpees that was so slow. They're the slowest I've ever been. They were like 6 minutes, 58 seconds, and literally just under 7 minutes. Like, that was really slow. My ones in Sydney, I think when I had Perth, can't remember which one it was, but under 6 minutes. So yeah, a minute slower. But I think part of that is because I didn't feel slow when I was doing them, but the setup, I don't know if I've already said this, it was in 6 laps. Obviously it's the same distance, but broken up to like back and forth 6 times. So it felt okay when you were doing them, because you thought, oh, just get to the end. Well, I thought, get to the end, you can have a little rest there before you start again. But that means you're having 5 rests, which I don't know whether I would have done that if it just been like an up and down. So I probably just wasted time giving myself too many rests, which is obviously my own fault, but that setup, did not help. And then also my wall balls was obviously slower than when I did 75 wall balls, but even so, when I did Auckland, and Auckland, I felt horrendous by the time I got some wall balls. So I thought I could knock some time off them. But the difference is, in this training program, that I've been doing, like, it's not had that many wall balls in, or when it has had wall balls, it's kind of like 20 wall balls, and it's part of like a, a circuit, something like that. Whereas before, I used to train wall balls all the time. Like, I would just do 100 wall balls after, not every workout, but a lot of workouts. Like, whatever I was doing, I could have been doing intervals or whatever, but like, right, 100 wall balls. And I haven't done that because I've been following that program. So I feel like that has really, like, come back to bite me, to be honest. So that is my own fault. I should have carried on doing that myself. So it's annoying that, that could have been an easy win there, but anyway, it is what it is. I have decided I need to go. I am going into retirement a little bit, but from Hyrox for now. I think London goes on sale this week, and I had thought about would I potentially get tickets for London, which I'm not going to do because I've spent far too much money on this sport. I am not even getting any quicker. So he's going to have a little rest for now. Obviously, if they announce a Manchester one, I will try and get tickets to that. Hopefully, if it's like last time, it'll be like January. So that gives me quite a little break. But yeah, definitely got to do Manchester. Just, with it being hometown. I would love to have people there watching. Like, there's so many I've done now. I've only had one where I've actually had people watching, which was Sydney. Even when I've done doubles, like, I've just gone with Ellie and we've had nobody else there. So it would be nice to actually be able to have some people in the crowd. So yeah, holding off for Manchester for now. Gonna focus on being a triathlete for now. Another sport that I can be bang average at. But yeah, anyway, I'm in a good mood. Like, I'm glad I've got another one done. Obviously, you still get a good feeling when you've finished something after pushing yourself so hard. So yeah, it's not a bad day. Okay, I'm nearly home now. Journey's not been too bad. I had to stop twice to go to the toilet because I obviously overhydrated. Well, I wouldn't say overhydrated, but I obviously needed desperately to rehydrate after that race. So yeah, I had to stop twice, but yeah, practically home now. I will say, just from this journey, I've already been going back and forth thinking, maybe I should buy a ticket for London. Maybe I'll just try and see if I can get one. So yeah, very much, what is wrong with me? No, I just need to leave it be for a little bit now. Just focus on my triathlons. But it isn't until December, London, so how many months away is that? That's quite a few months away. I don't even know what month we're on June. That's like 6 months, so no, it's a long way. It's a long way to travel to London, even further than Cardiff, to probably get the same time. So, no. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get a ticket, and then I can always resell it if I change my mind. I don't know. No, I'm not going to buy one. I've got 10 minutes till I get home. I'm probably going to change my mind before then again. I'm basically doing carpool karaoke at this point. I'm always in the car, but I'm just on my way home from Bolton Triathlon Club. So I've just done like a little trial session there today. But I am going to join up. It was really good. Today was just at the track, so a little running session. It is literally the day after Hyrox. We run Monday today, so my legs, when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my god, I literally can't move. But I'd already emailed to say that I was going to go to this session, so I was like, oh, I can't back out now. But I felt a bit better once it started. Obviously your legs do loosen up, don't they? But as soon as we stopped, so they're like fully stiffened up again. So trying to get back into the car. Oh my god. I literally look like an old woman trying to get in. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. They do like a mix of running sessions, swimming, and like on a Sunday, I think they do like a few like cycles. So I'm not sure how many more I'll be able to make this week because I do have the triathlon on Sunday. I've already booked tomorrow to go to my open water swimming that I've been doing recently, but they do a swimming session on Saturday, so maybe I'll go to that. I know it is the day before my triathlon, but I don't tend to get particularly achy from swimming. And to be honest, I think any swimming tips I can get before Sunday, I will take. So yeah, really glad I went there. Yeah, definitely will go next week. Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm driving so slow. I've got my bike on the back of my car, which I've just put on this morning. I'm going to practice doing it yesterday, because the weather was so bad. I didn't want to leave the rack on. I don't know why. I just thought maybe if it got wet, it would like not be as secure. But I've just done it quite quick because I was panicking because I put it on the wrong way at first, and then it comes with some ties to tie your bike on. I couldn't find where I'd put them. They were still in my jacket pocket from what I'd had on when I was trying it out. So I was rushing around. I was like, oh my God, I'm really late. So I'm just praying that I put that properly. And then when I set off driving, because it hooks into your boot, so I had to lift the boot at one point to hook it on. Set off driving, and it was like, boot is open. I was like, oh my God. So I had to like go to open the boot and slam it shut with the bike still on the back. And I thought, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have done that. I think I was lucky I didn't crack the window. So yeah, there's definitely a learning curve with putting that on, but I'm on my way. I'm not on the motorway yet, and I'm a bit scared to get on the motorway because I don't want to go fast with it on. But anyway, yeah, on my way to my triathlon. The weather is actually, I mean, I wouldn't say like it's a particularly nice day. It's still a bit cloudy, but actually I can see blue sky. It was miserable yesterday. Literally rained all day long. And my parents were going to come and watch me do this today, but I convinced them not to come because the forecast was also meant to be miserable today. And I was like, I just feel so bad. Them just stood in the rain all day. Well, not all day, is it? But, all morning, when I actually don't even think they're going to be able to see that much stuff, because I think the cycle and like the run kind of take you off onto like some country lanes. So yeah, I was like, honestly, just don't just give this one a miss. They're gonna come to the Salford one anyway. But yeah, it's actually ended up to be so far an alright day, unless I get there and it starts throwing it down, who knows. But am I nervous? I don't know. Definitely not as nervous as doing Hyrox, and I think it's just because, well, I know it's because I have no expectation of myself. Like, this is a brand new, I haven't got anything to compare it with. Even the triathlon that I did in Sydney was so different. Like, that was in a pool. This one is slightly longer, like literally slightly. Like, the swim is 50 meters longer, and the cycle is 3 kilometers longer, and then it's still a 5k at the end. I'm gonna be last in the swim again. I know I will be. I was checking the times from last year's, and the slowest swim was 28 minutes, which when I did 800 meters the other day at the Salford swimming outdoors open water, and that took me, I think, like 25 minutes. So I'm definitely going to be up there with the slowest ones. And obviously, he used to say that whoever did it in 28 minutes last year, I'm not doing that again. Or they might be there again, and they might have improved massively. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be one of the last, if not the last, in the swim. But you know what? We've been there before. It's fine. Hopefully I'll be able to make time up again on the cycle and the run. Okay, well, I'm about to get on the motorway, so wish me luck with this bike on the back. I'm back in my car, as always. We're a few days out now from the triathlon. I've just been really busy, but it went really well. I'm so pleased with how it went. My swimming is definitely getting better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am still slow, but I did not come last, and that was the goal. So there was actually about 12 people behind me. So I was so pleased, because when we were getting in, you had to just stand in a line, and you went to the front if you thought you were fast, obviously to the back if you thought you were slow. And I didn't want to be at the very back, because I thought to get in last, and then I'm the slowest, there's going to be a huge gap between everyone else getting out and me. But then I went to the back of what I thought was the back of the queue, and I was like, oh my God, I've ended up at the front of the queue. So I ran to the back, and then I realised I actually had been at the back initially, and I'd just gone to the front. So by the time I actually got into the right position in the queue, I was the very last person. But I ended up chatting to a girl who was also stood near the back with me, and I was saying like, oh, I'm slow, and she was like, yeah, so am I. I was like, oh, I think I might come last. And then when we got in, I actually was quite a bit quicker than her, so I felt bad, because there's nothing worse than someone like kind of makes you feel better that you're going to be similar speeds, and then they like go and speed off. I mean, don't worry, I was not speeding off, but I was quicker than her. And so I got in at the back, and then I actually overtook quite a few people. I was like, what is going on? So that was successful. I mean, don't get me wrong, like my time was still not amazing. I think it was like 20 minutes, but it was 50 meters longer than the triathlon I did in Sydney. And I did that also in 20 minutes. So I have got a little bit quicker to do that extra 50 meters. And obviously open water is a little bit slower because doing it in the pool, you always push off the wall with every lap. So you have that, that obviously gives you a bit more speed. So I was really pleased with that. I did front crawl the whole way. I did think I might have to stop and do my little granny breaststroke at one point, but didn't need to. So very happy. My swim, I was third slowest woman in the swim, but there were men also behind me, which is how I got that 12 people behind me. And then, I think I was 20th in the cycle and 8th in the run. So I was so pleased with my run. My run was 24 minutes 37, I think. And again, it was the same thing. I really had no clue what speed I was going at. And the run was mainly in a trail. Come on, people are just hesitating at this roundabout. What are you doing? It's your right of way. It was mainly in a trail, so my watch is not great anyway. The pace can sometimes be all over the place, but it just really couldn't pick up the pace. So I was like, the first kilometre I thought, oh God, this is going to be quite slow. And then it pops up and I think it was just over 5 minutes. And then each kilometre kept getting quicker. And I was like, I'm really running at this speed. But then my official time came through and with 24, 37. So really happy with that to get sub 25, 5k at the end of a triathlon. So good day all around. I have actually just signed up for another one. So doing that in September. And then it was Bolton Ironman, on the Sunday, same day as my triathlon. So I am thinking the tickets for next year might go on sale soon. So I think I'm going to book an Ironman. It is only 70.3 only. It's still obviously a massive distance, but yes, this can be exciting. I'm fully gaslighting myself right now into believing I'm a professional triathlete because I've just spent an absolute fortune on a Zwift. Although I'm pretty excited about it. I've been planning on getting one for a while, especially for winter, because obviously being in the UK, really don't know how many times I'm going to get out on my bike during winter. And to be honest, even when I have been able to get out right now and the weather's decent, the roads are full of potholes. So to be honest, I'd just rather do as much as I can on this. I'll obviously still go out on the roads because you just get more confident doing that, but I'm very excited for this. So I'm going to try and get it set up now. So me and my dad got to the park run, found out it was cancelled. So we've just done it ourselves. Here he is. Coming in, not bad for 66 years old. Come on, Dad, sprint! Oh, is he stopping? Where's he stopping? Oh, his watch is, he made me go the wrong way because he told me the wrong directions. Called me back after I'd already run a turn in, made me turn, and then it was the wrong turning. Okay, so we've got another race today. Today is hybrid, I get called it hybrid Northwest. It's hybrid NW, which I can only assume. Well, I have assumed stands for Northwest, but not 100%. But it's a very hybrid type, Hyrox type race. Slightly different stations, slightly different distance. The running isn't quite as far. It's 8 rounds of 600 meters. So that comes to what? So it's 5 kilometers in total because it's 4.8 with the 600s and there's the 200 meter at the end. So I keep thinking that's a bit nicer, that it's less running, but actually I tend to do better in the runs than the stations. So this actually might not work in my favour. But I'm doing doubles today, doing this with my friend Gemma, who I met in New Zealand when we were on a fitness retreat. So she's super fit, she's super fast runner. We both did this Manchester half marathon at the same time, and she was 15 minutes quicker than me. She did 1:38 or something like that. And I remember seeing her, I'd been telling everyone that it'd be quite hilly, and then I remember seeing her post, and she said about how flat a route it was, and that's why she got such a good time. And I thought, well, we have having very different experience, and if you thought that was flat, because I thought it was really healing. So she was obviously feeling a lot better running around that route than I did, because I was getting to any little slope and thinking, oh my god, this is a huge hill. But yeah, I'm excited to do doubles. Oh my god, that was so hard. But we've done it. We finished. Oh wow. I don't know why I was thinking it wouldn't feel like as exhausting as Hyrox, but it really did. The runs were a lot shorter. They were meant to be 600 meters, but they were definitely not 600 meters. I'd say more between like 300-400 hour times. So the runs were really fast, like a minute. I think our first one was like a minute and 7 or minute 12, something like that. We actually got our first lap was the fastest lap of all the doubles. So that was not intentional on my part. I said to Gemma before we started, so do not go sprinting because I will not be able to keep up. She went, oh my god, she's so fast. I literally just spent the whole race just chasing her around. We finished in 58 minutes and 5 seconds, I think it was. Which obviously is a lot quicker than I've ever done a Hyrox, but the course is obviously very different. And those runs were short. So it was, I think, just the setup, like the warehouse that we're in was quite small. Whereas I think previously, well, I know previously it's been done on a running track, so it's quite easy to measure out that 600 metres. I would say it definitely did not work to my strengths. Even though I found that run really hard, I do normally do better at the runs than the stations. And because it was so short as well, then Gemma was sprinting off. And and you never had the chance to like, when I do Hyrox, I find the run really hard at first, and then as I kind of get into it, I get my breath back a little bit and I can speed up a little bit. Whereas I just didn't feel like I ever had the opportunity to get my breath back on those runs. And we also did it the wrong way round. Like I finished most of the stations, so then I was going straight into the runs. Jem was already quicker than me, so then me trying to chase her with tired legs, that was definitely a mistake. I mean, to be fair, Gemma did a few of them, did a bit more on some of the stations where we split things into 20, so then there was like 10 left at the end if it was up to 100. So I felt a little bit better going out on those runs, but she was still a lot quicker. My battery died, but I was saying it's still quite a new event, so there were definitely a few teething problems, which is fair enough. Like that is, I guess, to be expected with such a new event. But when we got to the lunges, so it's 200 meters of lunges, which is double the Hyrox. Oh my god, definitely felt that. But you had to do multiple laps. So we said how many. Oh, sorry, it was just like a back and forth. So we said, how many is it? Because there was nothing to tell you. It was just the judge had to tell you when you got to each station, like how many laps things were. And Gemma had set off and she said it's 24. And then, so I asked the guy, is it 24? Like one lap is one, or is it, back and forth is one? And he said, no, it's 12. 1, 2, 3. So it was half of what Gemma said it was. So I said, Gemma, it's only 12. And then she was confused because she'd been told 24. So then for a while we were like, oh great, it's 12, that's easy. So we literally were coming up to like, I think it's 10. And then the guy was like, no, it's 24. So we had to double it. But I said, people had already left at this point, so people had already done 12, and then we got stuck having to do 24. So I was like, oh my god, we've got lost loads of time there. So when we actually looked at the results, like the people that came second, I think the people who came first, their time did look like it could be realistic for 24 laps, to be fair. But the people who came second, like their lunges were 3 minutes, which for 200 meters, when you think it's double a Hyrox session, and our lunges were 7 minutes, and I felt like we didn't stop. We were going at consistent pace. Like there was a few people looked at and they'd clearly done 12 laps rather than the 24, which it's not an issue. Like we wouldn't have won anyway, even if we'd done 12. But it is just a shame that things like that obviously do have quite a significant impact on your time. But it was still all good fun anyway. I'm sure things like that will get sorted out for future races. But yeah, it was good fun. Anyway, we enjoyed it. Well, I think we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it at the end. Obviously, at the time, I was thinking, this is awful. Why have I done this to myself again? Or I'm doing this to myself again. We've actually booked Hybrid Games, which is a very similar setup, in London in November. So at least I've got 5 months to try and get my speed up. And those runs will definitely be 600 meters. So I've told Gemma she cannot be sprinting off at the same pace that she was. But yeah, at least we've got that to look forward to. Something else to train for. But yeah. That should be good fun. And yeah, it was a great day today, and I look forward to doing more.